Hi everyone, welcome to another episode of Talking Titans podcast. Today I really wanted to speak to you about the importance of memorizing your speech. And it's important to memorize your speech for three reasons. Firstly, it helps you establish better rapport with your audience. Secondly, it allows you to go deeper to the essence of your speech and to get to the true meaning of what you actually want to say. And thirdly, it really frees you up to be authentic, to be self-aware during the speaking experience, and to be able to be adaptable and agile and respond to issues. So let's get into it. We're going to be talking for the next few minutes about why you must ditch the paper, burn the script, free yourself, smash the chains of the written word, and really deliver a brilliant speaking experience. So let's talk about the first point, which is if you memorize your speech or your talk or your presentation, it actually allows you to establish better rapport with your audience. What do I mean by that? Well, every time you look down at your speech and you look up again, you're breaking your connection with the audience. The audience are constantly looking at you, and for some moments you'll establish eye contact with a particular member of the audience. And every time you look down and you have to remind yourself where you are, or your brain has to pick up again for the next paragraph, the next sentence, you're breaking that rapport. Whereas if you've memorized your speech, you're constantly looking at the audience, you're constantly scanning the audience, and you're actually able to pick up on the nuances of their energy. Are they engaged? Do you need to do something different? Do you need to have a breakout moment to re-energize them? And you can only do that if you've memorized your speech. Because if you've memorized your speech, you're actually comfortable with the content, it's all actually in your mind, and you're actually quite relaxed. And the stress and the tension that you normally have when you have to look down, remember where you are, and look up again, that disappears. Sometimes, if you look at politicians on the TV when they're giving their speeches or in person, they try and simulate this fake representation of where they're actually looking up all the time and they're contacting you all the time and they're engaging with you all the time. But if you watch them, every few seconds they'll keep looking down. It's a very brief look down, flick up again, but it is there, and that does break rapport. Whereas the truly great, powerful, majestic, authentic speakers, they speak from their mind. They speak because they've memorized their content, or you get the truly exceptional speakers that just know their content, they know their material, and they can actually just talk, just speak without any... So let's talk about the second point, which is by memorizing your speech, you actually go deeper into the essence of the key messages that you are trying to deliver. So when you have to memorize your speech, the actual process is repetition of your written speech again and again and again and again. And you try and get to the point where you remember a paragraph, you remember half a page, and then eventually you memorize your whole speech. Now, the process of repetition will probably take you maybe 10 runs, 20 runs, 30 runs until you've got it memorized. And every time you're going through the speech, you're repeating the sentences, the paragraphs, and automatically your brain is at a point where it starts to question and slightly challenge the content that's coming in. And what you will do is you will get to a point where you're thinking, hang on a second, that sentence didn't quite sound right, or that paragraph didn't quite land the message, or actually, what is it that I'm trying to say? And when you get to the end part of your memorization, where you've got most of the content down, and you're just relaying it and trying to get your first perfect rerun of the speech memorized, that's the point when you realize that, actually, this is the essence of what I'm trying to say. This is the true message that I'm trying to land. And through the process of memorization, through that process of intense repetition, you will get to a point where you can articulate the meaning of your speech in 30 seconds, 3 minutes, 30 minutes. So that's the second reason why memorization is so important to your speech process. And finally, the third reason why it's so important to memorize your speech is it actually frees you. It frees you to deliver a performance. It frees you to be your authentic and true self. And it frees you to engage with your audience. So what do I mean by that? Well, typically, if you haven't memorized your speech, you're either standing at the podium, or you're looking down at your laptop where you've got your speaker notes, or you're actually looking down at some prompt cards or your written speech. And by necessity, you have to stay where your speech notes are. You can't move around the stage, you can't move around the room, you can't reposition yourself to make some dramatic points. I guess you could if you've got your written speech in your hand, but it wouldn't be a great experience because you're constantly having to look down at your written speech. So if you've memorized your content, you don't have to be stuck to one side of the stage or the speaking room or the conference stage. You can actually walk around. And as you're practicing, the second stage of memorization is that you can now practice where you want to stand, how you want to move, how you want to flow. And if you've been organized enough to check out your speaking venue, maybe even get access to your speaking venue, then you can actually start to practice and sort out where you're going to stand. If you're not worried about looking down at a bit of paper, you can actually have fun, and it's really enjoyable. You can move around the stage, you can pause, you can make a dramatic gesture, you can do all sorts of things because you're not worried about what word or what sentence comes next. And it's literally an amazing experience. Smashing the chains of the written word when you give your speech will really excel your ability as a speaker. And all the great speakers, they don't have bits of paper or prompt cards or any of those things. They speak from their memorized content. And actually what you will find is that the speech that you've written and the speech that you've practiced and the speech that you actually deliver on the day are all totally different. So you've really got to try and memorize your content to push yourself to speaking 2.0, the next level. So let's recap. Let's talk again about the 3 points that we're trying to learn about memorization. So the first point is by memorizing your speech, you will be able to gauge your audience and establish better rapport. The second point is that you will actually go deeper into the essence of your speech and really resonate with the souls and the emotional beings of your audience. And the third point is its freedom. It frees you to walk around the speaking stage, walk around your speaking environment, and actually be open to the nuances of the energy of your audience. And your whole speaking experience that the audience receives from you will be at the next level. So, to help you in your speaking journey, I really want to give you access to my Speaking Success Primer, which is a downloadable PDF, and it's got 10 top tips to help you right now in terms of making you a better speaker. Immediate action points that tomorrow, if you had a speaking project, it would help you. So, click on the link in the description below, download your free Speaking Success Primer, and start your journey now into becoming an absolute brilliant speaker. If you're interested in carrying on this journey with me and you like the content that I'm creating, then I wanted to give you the opportunity to check out an exclusive online course that I've created called The Basics of Speaking. If you click the second link in the description notes below, it will take you to a promotional video that explains in detail what the course is about. It's an online course, you can complete it at your own pace, and it will really help you evolve in your journey as a speaker. So give it a go. So thank you for giving me your attention for these past few minutes just to talk about the importance of memorization in your speaking process. Please do drop me some comments and give me some feedback in how you found this video. And if there are any particular speech topic areas or development areas as a speaker that you'd like me to focus on, to give some top tips or to help coach you to develop you to become better. Have a brilliant day. Speak soon. Thank you.